I got one question. Are you ready? My name's Darren Holsopple, and I used to be a football coach. Actually, anybody who's ever been a football coach knows that that's a lie. Once you've been a football coach, you are always a football coach. I just don't have a team at this point. My favorite thing to do as a football coach was to talk to my guys before the game. Not just in the locker room giving a normal pregame speech, but I would give them chapels, and I would talk about how the Bible is applicable to their lives, both as men and as football players. And I talk about how Jesus loves them, has a plan for them, for their lives, and for them tonight. And so, even though I don't have a team right now, I'm going to put these out there. Maybe you need a word before your game so that you can get ready. My favorite movie is The Gladiator. And in The Gladiator, the hero, Maximus Aurelius, he gets captured as a slave. He used to be a great general, and he gets made a slave and gets made a gladiator. And in this scene, he's about to fight his first fight in the Colosseum. And he and a whole bunch of other gladiators are all in this group out in the middle of this huge arena, and everybody has come there to watch them die. And as they stand there in that arena, they know something. They know that pretty soon, in just a matter of moments, something is going to come out of the gates and attack them and try and kill them. Whether it's man or beast, they don't know. But this is one of my favorite lines in the movie. The gladiator looks at everyone and says, "I don't know what's coming out of that gate, but whatever comes out of that gate, our best chance for survival is to stay together. If we stay together, we will survive." See, they stood there and they didn't know what was going to come, and they had these jitters and everybody was there watching. But they knew no matter what came out, if they stayed together, they had a better chance to survive. About 2,000 years ago, Jesus said about the same thing to a group of men. He said, in Luke chapter 10, it says this, "After this, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them out 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place where he was about to go. He said, 'Go, I'm sending you out like lambs among wolves.'" See, Jesus had been preparing his entire life for this. He lived 30 years not doing anything, and then he entered the ministry. And now, this was the time. His ministry was about ready to ramp up. This was the moment. This was the season that Jesus had been preparing for. And so because of that, he sent people out and said, "Listen, go get them ready because I'm coming and I've got something to do. This is my mission." This is what he had been training for his entire life, had been preparing for it. So he sent them out to where he was going to go. He also sent them out 2 by 2 because he knew this. He knew by themselves, if there was only one of them, they were going to be weak. But when there were two, they would be strong. So he sent them out 2 by 2 because he wanted them to be strong. Then I want you to see a promise that Jesus made to them and a promise that he didn't make. The first promise that Jesus made, he said, "I'm sending you out like lambs among the wolves." He said, "Listen, it's going to be hard. Don't get it twisted. Don't be scared. But it is going to be hard. This is not going to be something that's going to be easy. The challenge is going to be monumental that you are going to face." Now, a promise that Jesus didn't make. He did not promise them safety. He didn't promise them victory. But he said, "Go." Jesus is saying the same thing to you guys as boys who are becoming men. I believe that Jesus is coming back. I believe that all of history is pointed at this moment, and this moment is the culmination. Jesus is about to come back, but before he comes back, he's sending us out, and he's saying, "Listen, I have work for you to do. I have something for you to do. You have teammates that you need to reach. You have teachers. You have friends that you need to reach for me. So it is time for you to go. Don't go by yourself, because by yourself, by one, you're going to be weak. But 2 by 2, you're going to be strong. So stand together. Find a brother and stand together and do the work of Jesus." The time is now. Jesus needs us to do this. So stand up. Tell somebody about Jesus. Invite them to youth group. Invite them to church. Tell them about Jesus as you play. Tell them about Jesus through your play by playing hard and playing clean. Now, what about tonight? Well, this is the first game, right? Game 1, week 1. You've been practicing, so you've got an idea of what you've got on your team, right? You've probably had a scrimmage, so you've got an idea of where you are, how you stack up against some things. But let's be real honest. Even though you've watched film on this opponent, even though you've seen a scouting report and you know their roster, you don't really know what they have. It's week 1, and nobody shows all their cards in the first game, in the scrimmage, right? So Even though you've seen all those things, you're still not sure what's going to come. There's going to come a time tonight where you're going to get nervous. You're going to be out there warming up, or maybe you're standing on the field ready to receive that opening kickoff, and you don't know what is going to come after you, right? Right after that kickoff, you don't know what that opponent's going to bring because you haven't seen them enough. But just like the gladiator, as you're standing there wondering what's going to come out of those gates, just like those men as they stood before Jesus, and Jesus said, listen, you need to go out. Just like all of them, your best chance for survival, our best chance to win tonight is by sticking together. By yourself, doing your own thing, calling your own plays, calling your own number, looking out for yourself, we're going to lose. Our best chance for victory is when we stand together. And when we stand together and we are ready to fight, that's when we can do some things that are special. So tonight, when you are tired, stand together and help somebody out. When your teammate is tired, you be his strength. When your teammate is lacking confidence, you be his courage. Whether you're winning or you're losing, stand together and fight. Because when you stand together, that is when you can do something special, both tonight and this season and in your life for Jesus. So here's my question. You ready? Because it's time to kick. Let's go.